This is Gazzy Raz, and I'm sure most of you have already watched the TDX trailer, right? For those who haven't seen it yet, watch this clip.
On the move! Broken arrow! We need support now! Weapons on! Guns! Requesting battleship bombardment! Artillery! Fire!
Alright, now let's discuss what we saw in the trailer, and I'd like to share my opinion or thoughts about it. In the trailer, we can see 3 bosses in 3 game modes. First is the easy mode where we'll face the Plague Doctor. This was actually the first boss that John introduced to us about 10 months ago, I think. Next, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the Eradicator. Yes, this boss is in intermediate mode. It was the latest boss that John revealed to us, and if you didn't know, the Eradicator can shoot down your towers, so be prepared for that. Lastly, there's the Mark II. I'm not really sure if this boss is for the Nightmare mode, but I assume it is since the Plague Doctor and Eradicator have already been revealed, and there's only one missing game mode, which is the Nightmare mode, right? After the showcase of the 3 bosses, we can see all the different types of small enemies rushing in. I don't need to go into much detail about the enemies, right? I mean, if you follow the TDX Discord, you should already know all the enemies by now. Next, let's talk about the towers we can use to defend the map. Of course, there will be more towers coming soon, but for now, these are the current finished towers available after the beta test release. There's a tank and air support available in the game, which is another reason why you should try this game. It's really worth it. They also have turrets in the game, which is nice. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the Eradicator can attack your towers. Some of you might be familiar with this minigunner skin, right? This is the minigun from Tower Battles. And yes, they did a collab, which is why John is allowed to make it similar to Tower Battles, so we may expect some similarities between them. For those wondering, this is what the Commando Full upgrade looks like in TDX. And as I said earlier, we might expect more Tower Battles skins in TDX. This might be the Nightmare mode I've been talking about since we get to see the Mark II boss here. I'm not really sure if this is the boss in Nightmare mode, so if any of you can confirm this, please let us know in the comments. Now, the most exciting part for me is that we get to hear John's voice lines in the game. Since he's currently working on this game and he owns it, it's cool that he's also doing the voice lines in the game, right? The pronunciation of each line is like you're actually in the game. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the warships too. Dude, this game is going to be the next top tower defense game. I really hope so. I can see that the developers of this game are really doing their best to push it to the top. There are also a 10 Warthog aircraft, so there are going to be many different kinds of warships, planes, and tanks, even artillery. There are so many new towers we get to see in this single trailer, and to be honest, I'm not really familiar with all of them right now. Did you see that? After killing the Plague Doctor and the Eradicator is already in the ground, they introduced this new boss, which I'm very sure will be in Nightmare mode. So, yeah, at the end of the trailer, they also revealed the beta test release on November 21st, 2023. There's a link in my description if you want to get notified once the game is out. But first, let's read the description. We are proud to announce the beta release of Tower Defense X. All new 5 game modes, 15 towers, Tower Battles skins, and 15 maps available on release. With many more updates to come offering new towers, new maps, new quality of life updates, new events, new modes, and new collabs. Okay, so first, there are going to be 5 new game modes. Yes, these are just game modes, which are the permanent game modes in the game, unlike in TDS, where there are only 3, right? And 1 more is going to be added in early November. And I told you, the reason I'm not familiar with other towers is because there are 15 towers in the game right now, and 15 maps, which is already a lot for a beta release, right? And much, much more. I don't have anything else to say about this game, and I just want to try it right now. But we still have more days to wait, so let's give the developers some time to fix anything they need and do their work for us to enjoy the game. Actually, there's so much going on in the tower defense game right now, and I might create another video regarding that. So yeah, I guess all we need to do is wait for the release of the beta test and see which one is better, TDX or TDS. Of course, I'll be comparing the two. So if you have any thoughts regarding this trailer, just comment down below. That's all for now.